Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Legendary here, and today people, we're back with another deck profile, and today we are going to be doing the Ultimate Neos Turbo deck profile. As you guys saw, I already did the Ultimate Hope Turbo deck profile, and that was awesome, that was a lot of fun. So now I'm going to be doing the Ultimate Neos Turbo deck, which is going to include a lot of the new Neo support that we recently just got. We got so much, so we're going to get into it. This deck is going to be so much better, but yeah, I'm just going to get straight to the point because it's, you know, it's just a simple, straightforward Neos deck. But yeah, we got the nice new alternate art of Elemental Hero Neos. Hold on, I want to... There it is, the new Elemental Hero Neos artwork. But yeah, amazing, beautiful. I love that artwork. It actually looks really good. Fantastic. I've been waiting for years to get a new Elemental Hero Neos artwork because you know, every other main character was like getting one, and I'm like, yo, how come Neos hasn't gotten one? And the same for Utopia Hope. Like, I was waiting for one, and both card arts are amazing, beautiful. Anyway, we got Elemental Hero Neos Alius. We got the new support card, Neo-Spacian Connector. Its effect reads: when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Neo-Spacian monster or one Elemental Hero Neos from your hand or deck in defense. And you contribute this card to target one Neo-Spacian or Elemental Hero Neos in your graveyard and special summon it in defense. You can only use each effect once per turn, but you can use both on the same turn. So Neos Connector is literally an amazing card. It's even used competitively just to bring out monsters so you can use for links or whatever. But this card is amazing in this deck. What this allows you to do is you summon it, you tribute it off. No, you summon it, you summon a Neos from your hand or deck, then you tribute it to summon a Neo-Spacian from your deck or graveyard, I think. Yeah, one Neo-Spacian from the graveyard, and then you go instantly into a contact fusion. But yeah, it's an amazing engine, an amazing starter card. It's fantastic. Obviously, we got the 6 Neo-Spacian monsters all hollowed out: Flare Scarab, Air Hummingbird, Glow Gran, Mole, Dark Panther, and Aqua Dolphin. The 6 Neo-Spacians right there. Then we got some kind of Neos-ish support, so to speak. We got Neo-Space Pathfinder that we finally added to this deck. Now that we added all the new Neo support, now we could add this card, because it's like, if we add everything else, we got to add this too, because it's specific Neo-Space support. But yeah, you just discard this card to add a Neo-Space from your deck or graveyard to your hand, so it's pretty handy. Then we got Cross Porter. You know what it does. It searches out a Neo-Spacian and special summons Neo-Spacians. And then for the final sort of kind of Neo support, but it's really just hero support, we have Elemental Hero Honesty Neos. This card is absolutely amazing. It's basically an Honest, not as good as Honest, because Honest allows you to get over anything. This is more like a Kalut, but more powerful. Basically, you know, you could discard it during either player's turn to give a hero monster you control 2,500 attack points, the same attack points as Neos, basically. And then it has another effect where if it's on the field, you can discard a hero monster to the graveyard, so he gains attack equal to that hero monster's attack points. So, ooh, look at that gorgeousness. Ah, that's beautiful. Look at that holographic. But anyway, Honesty Neos is an amazing card. It really helps out, especially with Jaden's like really weak Elemental Hero Fusion monsters, especially the early ones. This really helps out, and in the Neos deck it helps out a lot too. But keep in mind, this only works with when you control a hero monster on the field, so it doesn't work with like Rainbow Neos, Neos Wiseman. It has to have hero in its name. So this actually also works with evil heroes too, which is good. So this card is just very versatile in Jaden's deck, very powerful. But yeah, Honesty Neos is in there. We got Prisma for obvious reasons. I don't even need to explain that. And then we have the Elemental Heroes. There's only 2, because this is mostly focusing on Neos. We got Bubbleman, because, you know, draw power, you use the enemy effect, you get to draw 2 cards when you summon it. So use the enemy effect, especially. If not, then replace it for something else. Then we got Elemental Hero Sparkman. If you want, you can replace Bubbleman for Clayman, so you could have something to fuse with Sparkman, or you could even replace Bubbleman with Necroshade to fuse with this. It depends on you and your personal taste. I just wanted the extra draw support. And then finally, we have 5 more cards. 2 of them being cards that help you summon into 2 of the most powerful Neos fusions. So we have Yubel, to fuse with Neo, so that way you get Neos Wiseman. Neos Wiseman is amazing. And then finally we have Rainbow Dragon, which was obviously not Jaden's card. It's borrowed by Jesse, but in order to summon it, you need to add this card in here. So in order to summon Rainbow Neos, you need this. And with a new support card that you guys are going to see later on, summoning Rainbow Neos and Neos Wiseman is actually a lot easier. But anyway, we have good old Dandelion, Necro Gardener, and Spell Striker. And those are the last few monsters, you know, negating attack, special summon, attack directly, and then obviously tokens for tribute fodder. So it's all really good, just generic Jaden stuff to add in there. But anyway, that's the monsters right there. We're going to get into the spell cards. So we have the field spell Neo-Space, obviously, to start off. We have Miracle Contact. We have the new card, Neos Fusion. So this card helps you summon Rainbow Neos a lot easier. Neos Fusion's effect is special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists elemental hero Neos. Special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists exactly 2 monsters as materials, including elemental hero Neos, by sending the monsters from your hand, deck, or field, ignoring the summoning conditions. So this kind of like, it's good, but it's also bad because it kind of negates the whole point of contact fusing, because it's supposed to be on the field. Kind of like Miracle Contact kind of erased that whole concept. So this also kind of erases it. But it's cool because it allows you to fuse from the deck too. So you could just send your Neos and any other Neo-Spacian or level 4 lower for your other fusion. But yeah, you could basically summon any of your Neos monsters that requires only 2 materials. So you can't use this for triple contact fusion. You can only use this for just regular contact fusion. But yeah, this card is absolutely amazing. And then it has another effect where if a Neos fusion monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, or if it would be sent to the extra deck by its own effect, because they all bounce back to the deck, you could banish this card from the graveyard instead. So it protects that monster and keeps it on the field. So this card is honestly just stunning. It's amazing. And it helps you go into Rainbow Neos right away, because it's from hand, deck, or field. So basically, if you draw it first turn, you basically kind of have a first turn Rainbow Neos. So just like with Yuma, he has that new support card, Utopia Double, he could have 5,000 attack. You could have Rainbow Neos turn 1 if you draw this card, and then just almost instantly win. And if you have, actually Honesty Neos wouldn't work on that, but whatever. It's really powerful, and then it's just, getting Rainbow Neos turn 1 is no joke, let's be real guys. It's arguably one of the best fusions in existence. And then we got Convert Contact, we got Space Gift, we got Instant Neo-Space, we got Contact Out, you know, just the generic Neos and Neo-Spacian support. Then we got only 1 copy of Poly because it's a Contact Fusion deck, but you can still use Poly to fuse for Neos Wiseman or Rainbow Neos in case if you don't get the Neos Fusion, or to fuse for the new Brave Neos, or, you know, to fuse for, there's some other stuff. We'll get into the extra deck, but just 1 is only necessary. If you want to take it out, you can, but 1 is fine. We got Emergency Call for obvious reasons. We got Oversoul. Then we got a new support card that I'm trying out. This doesn't have to be in the deck, but I just want to try it out. We got the Quick Play spell card, Double Hero Attack. Its effect reads, if you control a fusion monster that lists elemental hero Neos as a material, which is good because this is a Neos deck, target 1 hero fusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it, ignoring the summoning condition. So this is good because a lot of the classic elemental hero monsters can't be special summoned from the graveyard after they're summoned, because they can only be fusion summoned or whatever, and it's a stupid restriction, but essentially you can bring them out because it ignores the summoning conditions. It combos out really well with another fusion that's in the extra deck that we'll get into later, but this is really good. So you could summon a Neos fusion monster and then bring back another Neos fusion monster from the graveyard, and now you have 2. So it's not that bad. I want to test it out a little bit to see how good it is, but it's optional. You can take it out. I just wanted to try because it's some new support. And then we got Mystic Walk. I love having this card in here because, you know, the Neos monsters, they return to the extra deck during the end phase. So if you don't have Neo-Space or something to keep it on the field, you could just tribute it off, gain a few life points, and then since it's in the graveyard, you could special summon it back, because the Neos monsters, except for Air Neos, can be special summoned from the graveyard after their fusion summon. So that's good. So you tribute it off, gain some life points, and then you could possibly bring it back with this card, Double Hero Attack. So it all connects. Then we got Graceful Charity, you know, draw 3 cards, discard 2, so you could discard those Neo-Spacians, Dandelion, or Necroguard into the graveyard to help you set up your grave, because that's how this deck works a lot, is about setting up your graveyard, really, for Miracle Fusion and Miracle Contact. And then we got Monster Reborn, just for obvious reasons. And now we have the trap cards. We got Neo Signal, which is the hero signal for Neo-Spacians. You guys should already know that by now. And then we got the new trap card, the new support card, Next. This is actually a really powerful card. It's really good kind of mid to late game, and it could even be good early game if you draw like Convert Contact and discard your Neo-Spacians to the graveyard and Neos and, you know, Graceful Chariot. Like if you mill your graveyard turn 1 or turn 2 and then you have this card, you could basically do a lot. Anyway, enough rambling, let me go into it. Special summon any number of monsters with different names from your hand and or field in defense that are Neo-Spacian monsters or elemental hero Neos, but negate their effects. As long as you control any of those special summon monsters face up, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion. So that whole restriction doesn't matter because this is Jaden's deck. They're all fusions. But yeah, basically allows you to swarm the field with elemental hero Neos and the Neo-Spacians. So let's say you do have Neos, and all the Neo-Spacians in the graveyard, you could basically summon Neos and then 4 other Neo-Spacians, go for a triple contact fusion or a quadruple contact fusion, which we'll get into later. And you could basically go off. This card really allows you to do a lot. Oh yes, and it has another effect. You can only activate one of these per turn. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. So it's a literal hand trap. So if you control no cards on the field and you draw this turn 1 and you set up your graveyard, you could activate it. You don't have to set it and wait for your opponent. You could literally activate it from your hand like a spell. So it's a literal hand trap. And since it's a trap card, I believe you can activate this card from your hand through your opponent's turn. So, you know, if you're being attacked directly, you could activate this card from your hand. I think you can, because it doesn't say during your main phase or anything like that. It just says if you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. So I'm pretty sure you can do it during your opponent's turn as well, but I'm not sure about that. Double check that, guys. I forgot to check it before this because I didn't think of that until now. But anyway, we got Hero Blast to bring back Neos from the graveyard and then pop something, which is handy to bring back Neos. We got Limit Reverse. This brings back all the Neo-Spacians. We got Call of the Haunted for obvious reasons. Basically, reborn cards to help you bring back your pieces to go for more contact fusions. Then we got Negate Attack. Simple, straightforward. The traps are honestly very simple and straightforward. But yeah. Anyway, those are the monsters. We got the 2 fluff tokens. Anyway, we're gonna hop into the extra deck right now. Alright, let's hop into the extra deck. We are going to start off with the newest Elemental Hero Neos fusion monster, Elemental Hero Brave Neos. A very powerful card in Duel Links right now. But yeah, this card is amazing. So yeah, you summon this with Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 level 4 lower effect monster. So it's super easy to summon this card. Literally, you could summon this obviously with Neos Fusion because they were created at the same time for this same purpose. Its effect reads, must be fusion summoned, gains 100 attack for each Neo-Spacian and hero monster in your graveyard. So if you use Neos Fusion, he's going to start off with 2700 right off the bat. And then if you set up your graveyard with Convert Contact or Graceful Charity, you're going to have more attack points. So you're going to have anywhere between 27 to 3000 attack points within the first turn, you know, depending on the type of hand you get. But you'll always start with 2700 attack. So that's great to start off with a 27 beater. And then it has another great search effect. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add 1 spell or trap card from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Elemental Hero Neos. So you could search out Neos Fusion, you can search out Miracle Contact, you could search out Instant Neo-Space, you could search out Neo-Space. Basically all the Neos cards that have Neos' name in the actual effect name or in the description, whatever, you can search it out. So this card is amazing. You can just keep searching your pieces out really fast. You know, just kill something by battle, search something out, start setting up your field, and building a really brawling board, and it's just amazing. Brave Neos is really fantastic, such a good card. And you can use Super Poly with this card too, because you could just go first, summon Elemental Hero Neos with like Connector, and then activate Super Poly to fuse with one of their your opponent's level 4s, and bam, you have Brave Neos. But it's just so good. Then we obviously have Neos Knight, a very easy to summon Neos card. We got Aqua Neos, we got Air Neos, Flare Neos, Gran Neos, Dark Neos, and Glow Neos. And then for the triple contact fusions, we have Storm Neos, destroying all spells and traps, really amazing. Then we got Magma Neos, just raw attack power, super good. We got Chaos Neos. We like to use the anime effect on this channel because its anime effect is not a flip effect thing. Its anime effect is when it's special summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up, I think, monsters or all face-up cards your opponent controls. No idea why they changed it for a flip coin effect. You know, I don't know why they wanted to do chance, but whatever. Anyway, next we got the brand new triple contact fusion support card, Elemental Hero Nebula Neos. This card is absolutely broken. Like literally broken. Like this card makes Jaden's deck so extremely busted. I tested this card out several times and each time it's just like why is this card so busted? Obviously because they made it in 2019, so they have to buff up the effects to make it worth playing. But it's just incredible how broken this card is. Anyway, you summon this with Elemental Hero Neos, Dark Panther, and Grand Mole. So that's a brand new combination right there. His artwork is amazing. His name is amazing. Must be special summoned from the extra deck by Contact Fusion. You guys already know that. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, draw cards equal to the number of cards in your opponent controls, then negate the effects of one face-up card your opponent controls. So literally, it's like, it's just broken. Like, you summon this card, and instantly you just get to draw. Like, if you're losing and you summon this card and your opponent has like freaking a whole field of cards, like 5 monsters and like 3 back row, you get to draw 8 cards from your deck just for summoning him. Like, that's it. And he's not even that hard to summon. The card that you negate with this effect is only until the end of the turn, but even so, it's still just broken. Once per turn during the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck, you know, because they all return back, and then if you do, banish all cards on the field face down. I mean, that's just broken. Like, let's say you have nothing else and you just want to get rid of everything that your opponent has. You could just let this return back to the extra deck and just banish everything on the field face down. That's a permanent banish. You can't get it back with any card effects as of right now. But yeah, so this card is just absolutely broken. Like, I can't even, like, it's disgusting. That card alone probably makes this deck like almost an S tier or an S tier. It's just broken. Too much advantage. Anyway, moving on. Next, we got another new Elemental Hero Neos fusion, and this one is more of a quadruple contact fusion. I think that's 4 materials, quadruple. But yeah, we got Elemental Hero Cosmo Neos. So as you can tell based on the artwork, it's kind of like a mix of different fusions. You see a little bit of Chaos Neos, Storm Neos, Magma Neos. It has a little bit of everything. A little bit, you know, the best of all worlds, so to speak. But anyway, you summon this card by fusing Elemental Hero Neos and 3 Neo-Spacian monsters with different attributes. So just 3 Neo-Spacians basically, because you obviously only have one of each in a character deck. But basically, you do this with 3 Neo-Spacians. So it's a quadruple, the first quadruple contact fusion. Its effect reads, if this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can activate this effect. For the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards. Also, cards your opponent controls cannot activate their effects. So basically, it kind of just negates everything on your opponent's field. It's more like a more broken anime effect of Chaos Neos. It just negates everything on your field, on your opponent's field, and they can't activate anything at all for the whole turn. So you summon this first if you want, and then go into your other plays, and then just go in for the OTK. This card is amazing. I don't think I've used it yet. Actually, no, I did, but whatever. This card is broken. I just have to use it the right way. And then on top of that, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. So basically, make sure when you summon this card, you win that turn, because they can't even chain to that effect. So basically, that whole turn, everything's negated, and they can't stop you. I think this also works against Quasar too. Oh, I think it does, because if you summon Quasar, if you summon this against Quasar, he can't really negate the effect because you can't chain in response to this. It's like Super Poly, you can't chain to it. So I'm pretty sure not even Quasar can stop this. which is great. You'll negate Quasar's effect, and then your opponent can activate anything in response, and they can activate any cards, period, and then you just go in for the kill. Like, that's just busted. I mean, obviously it's not as busted as that card, but just for the fact that he comes on the field and just negates everything and stops your opponent from even doing anything at all, period. I mean, you could just win the game like that just from summoning this guy. And then if you have Honesty Neos in your hand and you attack with this card, he'll be at freaking 6,000 attack points. I mean, you're gonna win, let's be real, because your opponent can't activate anything. And then once per turn during the end phase, you can shuffle this card into the extra deck, and if you do, destroy all cards your opponent controls. So it has a really good effect, you know, gets rid of everything. So either way, like, you're probably gonna win. It's ridiculous. So both those new Neos fusions are absolutely broken and stunning. Like, I can't even believe it. Thank God, honestly, that these new support cards are so amazing. They are. And then obviously we have the anime effect of God Neos, so, you know, just look up the effect. And then this is the final support card that we got. This isn't a Neo support card, but I added it in here because Neos is a normal monster, and we also added Sparkman in there as well. And I don't think we have any other ones. This is more like a side option. You don't have to add this. But we got Elemental Hero Gran Neos, the new fusion monster. You summon this with 2 hero normal monsters, so Sparkman and Neos, or if you add Clayman in there, you know, Neos and Clayman. And basically what this does is must be fusion summoned, gains attack and defense equal to the combined original levels of the monsters you use to fusion summon it, times 300. So if you use Neos and Sparkman, 1 is 7, 1 is 4, that's 11, 11 times 3, he'll be at 3,300. But he does have a downside, he's not perfect. His downside is when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can tribute this card, special summon 1 Elemental Hero Fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring the summoning conditions. That's really busted, that's great, but here's the downside. But it cannot attack monsters with equal or lower level than it. So it's kind of, you have to attack a monster that has higher attack and higher level, I think. Wait. No, you have to attack a monster with equal or lower level than it. So essentially level 6, or it has to be, you have to attack a level 6 or higher. You can't attack something weaker. It has to be something of your equal strength or higher. So okay, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was, so it's okay. It's not bad, but it allows you to special summon any Elemental Hero Fusion monster from your extra deck, and its effects aren't negated. So you could tribute this card off after it attacks to special summon God Neos, or special summon Cosmo Neos, or Nebula Neos, or any Elemental Hero Fusion monster. And then their effects still go off, I think, because, yeah, it doesn't negate its effects, so I'm pretty sure its effects still goes off. Let me see Nebula Neos. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, okay, but yeah, so yeah, you could basically just summon this guy, attack something, kill it, tribute it off, summon Nebula Neos. Its effect will trigger because it activates when it's special summoned and not fusion summoned, and then you get to draw a bunch of cards and negate something. Or you could summon this guy and just negate everything. So honestly, this card is busted. You won't be able to summon it that much because, like I said, there's not that many normal Elemental Hero monsters in this build because it's a pure Neos build. But you do have the option of doing that, and it gives your deck a lot of extra power really fast. So yeah, it's just busted. It's honestly just all really busted. Alright, real quick, finally we'll just get into the side deck. We got Special Hurricane just to get rid of some special summon monsters on the field. No mass removal. We got Contact Gate, the new support card. I didn't add this card in the main deck because honestly I don't like it that much anymore. I thought it was really good at first, but it banishes 2 Neo-Spacian monsters in order to special summon 2, and I don't like the fact that it banishes because it makes it kind of difficult. Because you need your Neo-Spacians to go into your contact fusions. If you're banishing them, this is more like a last resort card. If you have no other options, you banish 2, special summon 2, and you go for your final turn play. This is more like a last resort type of card. I wouldn't do this early on because you don't want to banish your Neo-Spacians. It does have another effect where, let me see, if a Neos fusion monster returns back to the extra deck by its own effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon one banished Neo-Spacian, but it doesn't bring back both, so one of them is still banished. So I don't know, it's a good card, I just don't love the banishing part. Jaden does have a burial from a different dimension to, you know, send everything back to the graveyard, so that's good, but you have to like add an extra card in there to do that, and you know, it might ruin the consistency of your deck because this deck doesn't really banish a lot, so you would only really have that card in there for this card, and that's not worth it to me. But yeah, it's a good card, but I'm just not running it. I just don't think it's good enough. We got Common Soul, we got Contact Soul. I'm not going to read through the effects because, you know, this video is running long, but yeah, Contact Soul, just read it on the side there. We got Neo-Space Wave to help swarm the field with Neo-Spacians. The Warrior Returning Alive I might consider adding into the main deck because getting Neo-Space Connector to your hand as many times as possible is really good, because that's arguably one of the best starter cards like ever. Then we got Super Polymerization for, you know, Brave Neos or, you know, just other purposes. If you use the anime effect, you can just ignore the summoning condition, so you can summon any of your Neos Fusion monsters. But we got Hero Mask, we got Neos Force. For the trap cards, we got Hero Emerges, we got Hero Call for Search, we got Common Sacrifice for Tribute, tributing your opponent's monsters to summon a Neos. Invincible Hero just for battle protection. Neo Spiral Force to power up one of your other monsters and double their attack. And then we got Neo-Spacia Road, just for ending the battle phase and drawing a card if Neos is destroyed. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the main deck. That's the side deck for you guys. This is a really powerful deck. I love this deck so much. It got such a huge boost, and I just love using this deck. Like, it's amazing. It got so much better. Like, Jaden's deck instantly became an S tier deck with Neos Fusion adding into it. If you take Rainbow Dragon and you Bell out, or just Rainbow Dragon, it's probably just an A tier deck. But with Rainbow Dragon in there, because you can summon Rainbow Neos early on, it's an S tier. I think even without it, it could possibly be an S tier, because honestly, the Cosmo Neos and Nebula Neos are so good on their own that it's probably good enough anyway. But obviously Rainbow Neos is just so busted. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the deck profile. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys had fun. Try this deck out. It's so much fun. It's so great. It's so powerful. Like, Jaden's deck just got a huge upgrade. Such a huge upgrade. Like, his deck is not going to be laughed at anymore, if it was laughed at before, for being arguably too weak compared to like Yusei or Yuma or whatever, but or even Yuki for that matter. But no, his deck is powerful. His deck always was powerful, but now it's just even more powerful. Anyway, guys, enough rambling. I'm sorry, I just love this deck. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything. God bless you guys. See you guys in the next one. Gotcha!